going on, everyone? Welcome back. It's been what 2 weeks? Honestly, it feels like it's been a month. It's been a while, but
1 month later.
exactly no. So today we're gonna be doing comic talks. Everyone picked their own comics. We're just gonna go around the table. But to start it off, Carlo. It's been a while since he's been here. It's definitely been more than a month. But Carlo, want to introduce yourself?
I'm a book biker on Instagram here. I'm going to talk about Nice House on the Lake. So the hype on Instagram is real. Carlos told me about it, and I was like, okay, if he recommends it, it must be real good. And sure enough, it was real good. And like everything from the story, the writing, the art, the freaking layout was amazing. So some of the panels, it's like Picasso. It's like it's a little messy, but you know it's intentional. It's
Wait,
like
wait, wait! Don't get started yet. Don't get started yet. We're just gonna go around the table, introduce yourselves. That's it. He's
it's been
too
a while.
excited. He's too
Yeah.
Been a
excited.
while for you, buddy.
Dive on in. Dive on in.
Carlos, Omni City.
Hey everybody, this is Carlos from Omni City Comics. I apologize, I've been really sick the last couple of days, so my voice is still a little messed up. I got a small cough, so I apologize for that. Makes it into our show, but I'm happy to be here. Excited to talk about comics as we usually do. Excited that Carlos here, and just gonna try to match his energy today.
And then Matt.
What's up, guys? Matt from Talking Pop Culture. I'm going to be talking about firepower, but I must say, before logging on, Manny told me how to surprise. And Carlo, welcome back. We've missed you. We've loved you. But we're happy for you to be back. Thank you,
I
sir.
think I'm drinking a little red. Thanks.
And last but not least, Nuno.
aka Nuno Hustle, aka I Talk Comic. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back in the building.
The only one that's not here today is Nick. He couldn't make it.
Hashtag where is Nick?
Hashtag what's Nick?
Hashtag Nick is missing.
He did hear that Carlo was coming back, so he said, I'm not going to show up. So that's what it was.
I'd be intimidated too, man.
No. Actually, I said Nuno was last but not least, but I didn't introduce myself. I'm Manny. Manny reads comics on Instagram. Also, that reminds me, we are revealing the giveaway that we did for June 5th. Not many people wanted comics, apparently, free comics at least. So there are two winners, and we'll reveal them at the end here. But to start it off, Carlo, you were going to talk about a house on a lake or something?
Yeah, hop back in.
Jump
All right,
back.
where was I? Oh yeah, I remember.
Picasso.
I was getting all excited about the Nice House on the
You
Lake.
said how it's drawn. How it's drawn.
Picasso.
Right. So like, there's the one of the characters. I forget her name because there's like 10 characters, and well, anyways, she's drawn her face like, oh, that's like not pretty.
Her
But
name's
it's like badass.
Her name's Ryan. I think
Oh,
Right.
spoilers, man.
Right.
Come on, man. Gosh.
But I like how it's like that Dr. Dre and Eminem music video, Guilty Conscience, and this is and blah blah, blah. And it's like that. It's like, okay, that's cool, and then you get that vibe, and then like what's going on, and they drop like the F bomb here and there. It's like they're trying too hard to like make it like Black Label, but in end of the day, I give it a 9.9, and only because of that, because like all that, like it's like I don't mind the F bomb. But if you're doing it like 3 times on one page, it's like you're like it's not. It just kills. It just it's distracting to me. All right, and the next series I'll be talking about is Stray Dogs.
Oh yeah.
So
I really
Stray
like the covers on these.
Hey Carlo, who writes that series that you were just talking about? If you don't mind me asking.
Tinian one by
One B.
Junior 4, Ivy, yeah, the fourth. Yeah.
How old is he?
Huh?
The
How old
book,
is
I don't know how old he is, but I know that the
What?
book just came out this month.
No, because of the format.
What, do you want to know what he looks like? Do you
Right.
want to know what else? Do you,
I feel like
this isn't
Nuno's
a
trying to
table
get
right,
the
Nuno. This isn't.
Social
This is a comic
Security.
Where he
discussion.
lives? Hey, Matt, forget about it. I'm talking to Carlo. Forget about it.
Matt, in Nuno's here. In Nuno's to help out Nuno, James Tinian, he's in his 30s, man. Like I don't think
Yeah,
he's.
because sometimes writing, some writers that are younger.
He's
they
writing
don't-
Batman. You know
don't
the
know.
Batman comic.
I see what you're saying, Nuno. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you're trying to say.
like and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Carlos. Like musicians, like rappers or something. Sometimes we get like the young rappers, they just throw in all these words in because they don't know how to substitute certain words. So that's what the first thing came to mind. Maybe like a little bit younger writer. I'm sorry, Carlo. I
Oh no,
apologize.
yeah, no worries. But it's only like on one page,
Oh,
and it doesn't continue throughout the book. It's just like one page. It's like boom, boom, boom. Like, okay, that's weird. Whatever.
Yeah.
But then it goes back to normal, and then it goes back to being that 9.9 rating.
okay.
For Stray Dogs, it's I don't know why I picked it up. Oh, the covers, like
Yeah.
1 and 2. It's like, oh, that's Silence of the Lambs,
Hmm.
and then so like to get my money's worth, I'll sometimes read the damn book, and like, oh, okay, and then I got number 3, and oh, okay, and then I got number 4, and I'm gonna finish the whole damn thing because it's just it draws you in. I'm not a dog person. I don't like dogs. I just got one anyway last month, but anyway, um, yeah, it's totally different, and I don't like using that word to describe comic books because comic books are always going to be different. But this one, I haven't read anything like the closest thing I've read is like maybe like Looney Tunes or something like that, talking animals, but it brings things that make you think. Like, do dogs remember for like do they have short term memory and things like that? So it puts you in like makes you think like about real life stuff. And then the art is okay. It's like whatever, nothing too exciting or wonderful.
What's it?
But
What is it about though? Like I feel like it's by that first cover that's behind you. I feel like it's about like someone is killing dogs or something like that. Something is killing the dogs. Like that's how I feel like it's happening. But I'm pretty sure it's not.
well, I don't want to spoil it, even though you said you're not going to read it.
So
Oh fuck
here,
it, I'm going to spoil it.
here,
Spoil it.
because you know no because they might read it, and
Okay.
I I don't want to take credit here, Carlo, but this is another book that I did recommend in our chat.
That's
Oh,
why.
So
okay.
That's why I'm not reading it.
just saying it was, and
After a few $100 spent, Manny learned the hard way. Don't
See,
take Carlos.
no, that's the reason. The reason I'm not reading this book though is because the cover it's obvious like homage to like the movie posters, but like and that would be one thing. But the fact that it's the A cover and the B covers are movie posters, I want to buy all of them, and I my bank says no. Like my
so
bank says don't do that. So
so
I
all of
remember
the
Carlos told me the Hannibal post, the Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
I got
He
I got it.
tagged me in it, or
yeah,
yeah. So all of the covers to this series have been phenomenal.
yeah.
They've been amazing, like just perfect covers.
Even the second
Um,
print, third print, all of them.
all of them are great. But in a nutshell, basically it opens up with a dog, and she ends up finding herself. Uh,
you not gonna
and
let Carlos spoil it? Damn.
No, 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 no. Go ahead, Carlos. No.
no, no, you know what? Because you guys have to read it, and basically what it has.
He let you, Carlo.
She she ends up finding herself at a house that's filled with a bunch of other dogs, and the house belongs to this mysterious guy, and she's trying to recall, how she got there.
Mhm.
In the process of it all, um, a little minor spoiler, um, she ends up remembering that her owner basically ended up being killed by the man that brought her to this house. And she meets, a bunch of the other dogs, who, also come from a bunch of different homes. And throughout the series, you end up uncovering this, mystery that ends up happening, and a whole bunch of like crazy stuff ends up happening. But like Carlo mentioned, it gives you a really awesome um, view on what dogs feel, or what they might be thinking, or how they might process trauma. And some of the underlying themes are mental illness, trauma, PTSD, horror. There's all sorts of themes that are relevant to stray dogs, right, Carlo? Would you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like totally a mystery thriller. It reminds me of the movie Knives Out. Like, I don't know if
Yes.
you anyone seen it. Like, yeah, it's like mysterious. Like, oh, I wonder who done it, and then like, is it this damn dog? Is it the owner? What's going on?
Yeah.
What is the evil that's going around? And then at the end of the fourth book, like, oh, okay, this like, wow, I'm gonna get the next one. Like I said, I wasn't expecting that because
Yeah.
the writers they love dogs. And then I was like, at the end of the page, in the end of the book, they write about like their love for dogs and they show pictures of dogs. So these are dog lovers, and I don't know, it's just you have to read
Are
it.
are the dogs that they show, are they the same dogs that are drawn? Like, are they basically drawing their own dogs?
I don't know about that, but
No.
they're drawn like
It's an
exactly
opportunity.
how they look.
It's an
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, they're not alien dogs. They're like real life dogs, like drawn. So if you have that dog, it's like, oh, I like this dog because it's my doggy. And then what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, for the covers, the fourth one, I think it's the Scream cover. I didn't like that movie too much, and I just got the regular cover A because one, I wanted to read number four like right now, so I got it. It's like just cover A. Usually, I try to get the movie poster variants, but it wasn't there. But if it was there, I would have gotten it. But it's not a big deal since I'm not a big fan of Scream. But yeah, that's a cool thing that they got going on, like that horror movie poster thing. Yeah. Who's up
I
next?
think Carlos is. What do we got?
So what I want to talk about, surprisingly, out of like all the books, is X-Men, X-Men 20. I know, and just the X-Men series in general, and that's because I think that in the past shows, we've talked about Noctera, we've talked about Radiant Black, we've talked about um, uh, Seven Secrets, all of these books that are amazing and that we've all been enjoying. But what I haven't talked about and we haven't really mentioned in a very long time has been X-Men, and just the X-Men world. And I think it's because I think there was a good time period where the story, not that it was bad, but it started kind of
Going down.
um, yeah, it started yeah, kind of feeling a little bit stale,
Mhm.
especially during the X of Swords storyline. That to me personally was a disappointment, which is sad because I was extremely excited about it. I mean, the art for it was amazing, the premise was great, but it just didn't quite, it didn't quite stick the landing. But anyways, excuse me. When it comes to X-Men, issues 18, 19, and 20 have, completely brought me back to the book, because there was a moment where I was somewhat considering even like dropping the title.
Mhm.
I mean, this is X-Men, the main title, right?
Yeah.
Um, but recently, though, in issue number 20, we finally go back to the storyline involving Orcus, Nimrod, and Mystique trying to bring back, trying to get Xavier and Magneto to bring back Irene, her wife, Destiny, um, and we haven't touched on that in a really long time. And issue number 20 gave me the same feeling that I got when I was reading uh, House of X and Powers of 10. And that's what really got me hyped for Hickman's run, because you get that same type of writing here. You get that same type of action. You get that same type of characterization in the characters.
Is anybody
And
else here reading X-Men?
No.
No.
I,
no,
I I'll,
Gee.
I'll be honest. I skimmed through the whole gala. Like I saw some of the gala. Like I saw Captain America there. Like I skimmed through it. I didn't like really read it. I'm not the
yeah,
new.
Well, basically, what I want to ask is like, do you guys care about spoilers?
No,
No.
please,
So,
please,
Carlos, if
please.
you
okay, yeah,
want to
because
say any spoilers, Carlos, you're
yeah, because
free.
that, and thank you. That wasn't the I was gonna mention that because I mean all of you guys at least did read House of X and Powers of X, right?
I haven't read Power of X, I've read House of N, but you can spoil it.
Gotcha. Basically, the whole idea behind the current state of the X Men is that the goal was to prevent the creation of Nimrod, the Super Sentinel that would bring about the end to basically mutants, right? And essentially the world. And in issue number 20, um, Xavier and Magneto send Mystique on a mission to destroy what's known as the Orchis Forge. And Orchis is an organization made up of a lot of different organizations that want to bring, the end of the mutant race. And the Orchis Forge it's out in outer space, but through Moira's basically lives that she's lived, she's come to determine that Orchis and that forge is, the beginning of what's going to lead to Nimrod. So they have to destroy it. So Xavier and Magneto send Mystique on a mission to destroy the Orchis Forge. When she gets there, the mission ends up being a failure. Um, the lead scientist there, she ends up creating Nimrod, and Nimrod is based on her husband, who was also part of the Orchis organization, but he ends up dying in one of the battles of the X Men.
Yeah.
But she brings him back. She brings back his consciousness, and his memories, and she implants him into the Nimrod Sentinel that she creates. And this is a new take on Nimrod, because in the past, in the X Men comics, Nimrod was created by Master Mold, um, and he ends up traveling back into the future. So this is a new, origin story for Nimrod, basically. But once he comes online, he ends up blasting Mystique and sends her through the um, Krakoa gate that she ended up using to get onto the Orchis Forge. And when she gets back to Krakoa, she ends up, asking Xavier and Magneto if they're gonna bring back to life her wife, Irene Destiny, because the whole mission that Mystique was given, she had to complete it in order for them to actually bring back Destiny. And they said they basically refused, and this pissed off Mystique. And I think that this is what's going to launch the next storyline in the X Men called Inferno, and this is where she's, probably going to be the reason why Krakoa fails, because before Destiny died, she had told Mystique, if they don't bring me back, burn everything to the ground.
I kind of, when I read that, I took it the other way. I feel like now that Nimrod is online, that both Xavier and Magneto were just like, all right, it's time to evacuate, and we need to. I feel like they're the ones that are going to burn it. I may have misunderstood, but I feel like they're the ones that they are planning to burn down Krakoa, and that's why it's going to be called Inferno, because they're leaving Krakoa, they're going to move on to something else. But I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that Xavier is being a savage.
Krakoa's a mutant, boy. That's a mutant.
Yeah, maybe, I actually didn't even think of it in that way. But you're right. I mean, who knows? At the end of issue 20, what got me super hyped and why I want to talk about this book is because Xavier and Magneto go and they pay a visit to Moira at her what's known as no place.
So that is Moira. That was the next question I was going to ask you, is because I didn't know who she was. I was like, is that Moira?
Yeah, and we haven't seen Moira since, the end of the whole House of X and Powers of X event. And that was, what are we talking now? Over a year?
A year and a half, honestly.
Year and a half? Yeah.
To say, because I'm listening to everything you're saying, Carlos. That is the only part of the whole X Men that I really read and is the best. The House of X and the Power of X, the one that you're talking about a year ago. Oh
Yeah.
man, I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, that whole storyline to me was mind blowing. I mean, it's the
all
funnest
the
that I've
different
read.
lives when they talk about the different lives, and then when they jump through all the different futures and
Yeah.
they're like talking about the different man, I love that. But then they started doing this island and started, I don't know, I'm not feeling like I started like paying attention really.
Yeah.
That's when I started going down.
Yeah, and I've always loved Hickman. I've always said that he has very grand ideas, right? And his storylines are very expansive, um, and they're a slow burn for sure. But when you read them, collectively in one sitting, it's some of the best writing. He has some of the best ideas, right? And that's what I think he's finally going to start getting back to, and it's going to start picking up steam. That's how his Avengers run, felt like. That's how his Fantastic Four run was like. Um, but when he gets going, man, does he get going? And like you mentioned, the different lives and all of that stuff. Manny, you saw the books that Mora was reading, right?
No.
At the very end.
Mm-mm.
So the books that she had, they were Destiny's Diaries. Uh,
Oh, I
yeah, and Destiny's Diaries go. I mean, they go back to like the '90s X-Men, and they're basically writings, premonitions that Destiny had of all different kinds of future possible futures.
yeah, I feel like I have no idea who Destiny is. I've never met her, so I figured she was a mutant that had like a power to see the future, but I had no clue.
She's a precog, so she has
Okay,
She's Mystique's girlfriend.
wife,
wife.
wife. Yeah. But she wrote what are known as Destiny's Diaries, and in them she talked about a bunch of different possible futures, and that's what Mora has, that she's reading, and I think that's gonna play into her lives, into the multiple lives that she's had as well, to try and understand, what's gonna happen to mutants, and so that finally, in one of her lives, she can prevent the extinction of mutants. So, but anyways, that's why I want to talk about X Men, because I'm extremely excited that it's finally getting back to that feeling that we got with House of Ten and or House of X and Powers of X.
I was ready to drop X Men, but like the 18, 19, and 20, that's when I'm just like, oh, you know what? I can't drop this yet. I'm not reading the Hellfire Gala. That's gonna be too much. I don't really care too much about it, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna pick up X Men #1, the actual team. So
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to begin with. So
and I'm excited for that team.
yeah,
I think that it's gonna
who'd you
it's
vote for?
me.
Yeah,
I voted for Armor, but I was but my second pick was Polaris. So I mean, it's I'm good. You know.
yeah, it is
uh,
what it is.
What
yeah.
the outfits?
Hmm? No, no, no.
The outfit.
No. Who was gonna be the last member of the new X-Men team?
I'm thinking you guys were voting on the gala outfits.
Bro,
No, I mean
no.
if it's the outfits, Nightcrawler wins,
Hey,
man.
yo, I'm
Nightcrawler
such
is
a
just
fashionista, right? I was voting on the outfits, like who looks better, who's cuter.
who wore it best.
Yeah, who wore it best?
Is that realistic? Could I pull that off? I don't know.
I gotta say though, man, like who wore it best? I mean, if we're talking about that, it's Emma's second outfit, man. Like, damn.
Nah, it's all
I vote
Nightcrawler.
for Mike.
Nightcrawler
I vote.
wins. Nightcrawler, pretty sure he has the pimp cane and everything. Like Nightcrawler wins in my book. He's the best one out of
Yo,
all of them.
runner up though, man. Like Colossus, he looking like a boss, man.
He looks like security. He's no,
Security, someone get him.
no. But is that it? That all you got for X Men?
Yeah, man, that's everything that I got. The only other thing that I want to mention real quick is the nice house on the lake, like Carl mentioned. Um, it's probably one of the best like
Intros.
debut issues to a horror like series that I read. I definitely wasn't expecting what I read, and I will say this: there aren't that many comics that I read where at the end of the first issue I'm like, I have absolutely no idea where this is gonna go, and and to the point where I don't have any theories. Like most of the time when you read something, you know, you can kind of get an idea of what the story is going to be about, or you can kind of guess this character's this character's that, or you know, you can form a you can have a pretty good guesstimate, right? Or at least formulate something,
Yeah.
an idea, a thought of what's going to happen in the future. And I literally have no idea what's going to happen in issue 2, 3, much less further down the story. and that's what I appreciate about the Nice House on the Lake. Um, and the last thing that I want to mention about is the art. Like Carlo mentioned, what's intriguing about the art is that I felt like it locks you into a constant state of uneasiness
Mm.
from the very first page and throughout. Even when characters are just having normal conversations, there's nothing crazy going on. Um, you're just looking at scenery. There's something about the artwork that just gives you a sense of an uneasy feeling. It's unnerving, and it adds to the overall tone of the book, in my opinion.
You're making me uneasy, Carlos, man. I'm freaking uneasy.
And to add to that, when I read something is killing the children, one, I was like, oh wow, this is so cool, this is so interesting, something different, and I'm gonna keep on reading the books. And yeah, it took a while for me to get excited about it. But after a while, it's like, okay, it's these monsters that are killing the children, but I don't care about the monsters because who are they? It's like, I don't care where they come from, but it's like, it's going downhill. But with this book here, there's like so much potential because I'm going
So
to care.
none of you gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt. None of you gentlemen said what kind of universe we're in. Are we in like a Conjuring universe? Is it like a superhero horror universe? Like
So I mean,
American God universe? You know?
from what you get on the first issue, it's portrayed as just our regular universe with and again, not I don't want to spoil like too much because what you read really adds to the overall feeling, but it's a universe very much like ours, grounded in reality. There's nothing that points to superheroes or crazy things existing.
There's one character.
So this is what, like people like
Right.
human. This is human on human crime. Or
Yes.
like what?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to spoil too much.
Because we ended
We said
that 20 years ago. We're only allowed to kill Mars people.
Right. So again, from as far as the universe, right? It's very much grounded in our world. There's nothing that signifies that heroes are just running amok and that there's you know aliens that exist or anything like that. We, we don't get the sense that the characters live in a world like that. So that's some context that will hopefully.
You got a page that you can share with us real quick right there on the screen?
It's right there, right behind Carlo. That's page number one.
Oh, I know Carlos usually has the comic right there. I was about to say bust it open real quick so we can.
Dude, I actually do have it.
Not blame, man. So what seems to be, what is it, a dark force that's the main enemy, Carlo? Is that what it seems like, a dark force?
Well, it's kind of like something's killing the children. Like it's set in reality, and but instead of just one blonde lady, there's like a group of people, and you're wondering who's the bad guy. Why are in this nice house on the lake? Why are they there? And that's
Vacation.
like part of the mystery, part of the allure. But then what's happening away from that house is like, oh my gosh, what's going on outside of this house?
Again, it like it's hard to really talk about it because like you'll spoil shit.
Thanks for opening it up, Carlos. I appreciate it.
This reminds me of Cabin in the Woods, the movie.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to, Manny. I'm trying to get the idea. Like I'm trying to get the okay, the nice house on the lake.
And here, I'll share like the first page just so you can get an idea.
It gives me you heard it here first. It gives me Amazon Prime vibes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, look at that art though.
So the
It's
art,
DC, mate. It won't be on Amazon Prime.
The third panel on the right, the top, like, yeah, amazing.
so
Been on HBO Max.
That girl's gonna die because Carlo's liking her a little too much.
That cover, Matt, will look nice with the HBO Max at the bottom. You're right on that. Like the black house with the water like glistening, and it says like, man, yeah.
But hey, look, I think that we've talked about this before. That it feels like a lot of comics now, especially creator owned, right? Indie comics are written with the goal of eventually having it adapted into some form of media, right?
Right.
Which I personally think is a good thing. There's comic readers and collectors out there that I've heard say that they don't like that, because it takes away from the, I don't know, traditional
They
feeling.
they just want to
Um,
have their own thing and say that I had
um,
this and this is my thing. I feel
sure,
like.
maybe, but to me, if the goal is to write a story or something that is so good that it can be translated into something that will appeal to a lot of people, I think that just makes creators put much more of an effort into it, right? With that being said, um, the Nice House on the Lake reads like a fucking, like, Amazon Prime, Netflix, HBO, whatever streaming platform you wanna talk about. It just screams like, let's I I could sit down and watch this um, on the big screen. And I think that always makes a comic more enjoyable, right? Because you can just picture it, what it would look like on screen, and this is a perfect candidate for something like that.
Before we move on
But yeah.
to Matt with firepower, I do want to make it clear. I want to hear recorded live. I want everyone to know. I only picked up Nice House on the Lake because one of the guys at my local comic shop posted a comment on Facebook and said this is the book to read, and so that's the only reason I'm picking it up. It's not because of Carlos. That's
Bullshit. Bullshit. No. You take that back. Retract.
it's
Retract.
it's a combination of both. You know what? I'll keep that out
All
there. I'll throw that out there. No,
right.
but Matt, please let us know about firepower.
Go.
Yeah, before I do that, sorry, I'm just flicking through my orders for August. Are you guys gonna, well, would you even think about it, getting this Batman 89 and Superman 78 that continue on from the movies from, Batman 89 and that?
Looks interesting.
It's a no. It's a no from me, dog.
Definitely a no, because I'm just gonna. If you guys all say no, then I'm not gonna get it.
Wait, sorry.
I can say yes.
But they're doing a comic based on Batman, Tim Burton's, 89 Batman, and then a comic based on the 78 Christopher
Really?
Lee Superman.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Oh shit.
You're
So
behind, man.
I'm debating whether I should get them or not.
Do it. Do it.
Mate, my list is freaking massive.
Do
Like,
it. No.
would it be like? Does that? Sorry, guys, don't take offense to this, but Carlos, does that appeal to you?
So this is what I was gonna ask. Is it supposed to take place like? Is it
Take place in that year?
Yeah. The
After
sequel
the movie.
like
It takes off after the movie.
Pretty much, it's Harvey Dent turning into Two-Face from Batman 89.
So
Okay.
Donald,
So-
what's his name? Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, Orlando, whatever. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
I saw it. I saw some previews on it.
He played Star Wars. Didn't he play the guy in Star Wars?
Yeah, Lando.
Lando in Star Wars. Yeah, so he becomes Two-Face is what this comic's going to be based about. Because he wasn't Two-Face in the issue. It was just Harvey Dent in the movie.
Yeah. So
And in the Superman, I'm not too sure.
So if this is based on Batman 89, I'm gonna fucking get it.
Yeah, that's it.
It is. It is. It
What
takes
about the Superman one?
Man, it
Based in
depends.
the-
It depends on what Superman it's. I gotta be honest, man. If it's based on like Christopher Reeve,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one it's based on.
It's Christopher Reeve.
okay. If it is based on that, then I'm gonna pick it up. And it also depends though on who's writing it, because I will say this: Superman is much more of a hit and miss for me than Batman. It's kind of hard to fuck up Batman. I mean, it's been done, and part of the reason why I haven't read Batman in so many years is, I mean, you guys know why. But if it's Batman 89 is an extremely a little background. It's an extremely special movie to me because it's the first exposure to superheroes and Batman that I had as a kid. So I've been obsessed with that movie for years, man. And I personally still think it's the best Batman movie ever made. You know, to me. So if it's based on that universe and if it has that Tim Burton feel, and it's got that same Batman costume,
Yeah,
that same,
that's
It does.
dude, the same Batmobile, like all of that shit, I'm in, man.
It has the same outfit.
Same
Dude,
everything. Well, I'll get the Batman one. I'm not going to get the
I
Superman
feel like
one.
we're gonna get enough of '89 Batman in the Batman
Flashpoint. That's
yeah.
why I reckon they're doing it, bring it out. And then my next
Yeah, that's
question
right.
is, if have you seen the solicitations for August? Have you
for
seen the
DC?
cover for Marvel?
Yeah, yeah.
So have you seen the cover for Amazing Spider-Man 72 by In Huey Lee up here?
Yeah.
You like that one? Are you going to get that one? Because I'm
Wait.
tossing up between that or the normal cover.
Wait, but for 72, is it in Hugh? Because isn't it?
Are you talking about a variant?
Yeah, in Huey variant. Spider-Man 72.
Wait, then maybe I didn't see it because I thought that
Which one? Is Spider-Man laying on the floor with like the roaches crawling on him?
That's Spider. It's a girl.
Oh,
you know,
No, it
maybe,
wasn't that one.
maybe
I had it on
I'm
mine.
because I thought that the regular curl was not by you know what I'm saying.
I've got it. I've got it here. If you can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let me allow you to share screen. Cancel that. Yeah, go ahead.
So I hit share screen door.
Yep.
This one here.
You're showing the
yeah,
world.
I saw that. I didn't think that was.
Oh, gotcha. See that's why I was like, I was pretty sure that it's from. That's right. It's from In Hyuk Lee, not Ji Hyung. That's why I was like, no, because Ji Hyung's doing variants for Silk. But honestly, man, I'm a fan of In Hyuk, and there are covers that I get. This particular cover for Silk, I'm not gonna get though. I don't know why, man. There's something about it that it's not enough for me to get. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I I don't know if it's because I've never particularly seen that outfit on Silk. Which I mean that really shouldn't be much of a reason, but I don't know, man. That particular cover just doesn't.
I wouldn't say that it's gonna be a connecting cover, but there are like 3 other covers that match that pattern.
Yeah,
that
he's
are
doing.
gonna come out. And I mean, if I was to get all 4, then yeah. But if it's just one that you're looking at, I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back on track to my. Sorry, I just wanted to ask while I was just flicking through the ordering. Firepower, yes, by Robert Kirkman and Samney. Is it Chris Samney? Chris Samney.
Samney, yeah.
Samney, mate. I could tell you what, this is up to issue 11. I've only read issue 10 because I get my comics at the end of every month. Unfortunately, just the cheaper option here for Australia at the moment. With obviously our comics, you know, a $3.99 comic you guys pay for here in Australia, I pay $9.50, which works out to be about $6-7 American for a comic. So as you can see, I pay for one comic, you guys are paying for 2. So I've decided to buy in America. The only bad thing is I'm a month behind, so I haven't read issue 11, but issue 10 was amazing. However, you've got to get onto this. I'm going to, if people are watching this on Twitch and whatever and want to read it, turn off or just mute me until I give you a wave and you can unmute me, because I'm going to have to spoil it just to explain why this book is amazing. So firstly, you need to read the prelude. You got the prelude that came out before the comics, okay? It's a nice thick one. Just explaining everything. It's about...
Such a big ass prelude.
Was that like the free comic book?
It's a volume. It's a full volume 1. It's
so it is. Oh shit. See, I didn't know that. I thought that the comic book just started with issue 1.
No. This came out first.
That's important to know.
Massive book. You need to read this before you read the series. So you read this before you read the series, and it explains everything. Like Owen, who's this guy here.
Yeah, a bunch of sickos, man. I swear.
Look, I got sick over the internet because of y'all.
Nuno. Before, sorry, Matt, but Nuno. Before we started, you were asked, "Are you sick?" And you said,
Yeah, you said no. Now look at you.
Nah, bro, look at me over here. Carlos coughing is contagious, bro. Like, chill.
I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Your boy's right. So Owen here is like adopted, so he heads over to China to find his where his original parents come from. So that's what this prelude book is all about. It's about him going to China to find out about his biological parents. He then discovers this temple, which has these Shaolin monks in there. And yeah, you can say it's a ripoff of Iron Fists. You know, they wield the power of fire through their fists. For like 200,000 years, 2,000 years, whatever it is, no one's had that power. In here, we discovered that he has the power, Owen, of the Iron Fists. His parents were part of this temple and that. And then, like always, the politics and powers try to take over the temple.
Wait. Is it really called the Power of the Iron Fist? Or
No. It's called fire
okay.
power. I'm just saying. It's like
okay. All right. No, cool.
It's like that.
All right.
So, Owen. So then there's a big war between the temple, between the two different kind of monks for the power. Owen finds this beautiful girl that he falls in love with and is the love of his life. She gets, obviously, spoilers, like I said, gets killed in the crossfire and all that stuff. But one thing I'd say, the master, look how dope, Nuno, you're going to love him. They make him, he's wearing the J's, he's got the headphones on. This is a Shaolin master.
If they make a movie,
man, he's wearing the ones, the ball ones. Wow.
It's full homie. Like, I love it. Like,
if they make a movie out of this, that guy needs to be Jackie Chan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because he's just saying that he likes to dress up as a Westerner, like an American. So, anyway, the temple all gets destroyed and that. And then the comics start, where the comics are like 20 years, 15 years later, where he's given up having his powers of the
fire power.
He doesn't want it anymore. So he gives up that whole life, and he's got a wife and 2 kids. His wife's a cop. And anyway, these people that try to take over the temple find out where he is, and then the book's about them trying to attack him. He's then on the run with his family. He then eventually makes it back. I'm up to issue 10, and he makes it back to the temple to take on these bad Shaolin monks. And then, this is a big kicker that I can't wait, because he doesn't know yet, that girl that he fell in love with never actually died. So now he's at this temple. He doesn't know that she's
Love triangle.
Love triangle coming. So he doesn't know that she's laying in the shadows helping. She's in the last 3 issues. She's like, nah, don't tell him. He's happy with his wife and kids, because he told his wife how much he loved this woman, and when she died, it really hurt him and all that. So like, when it comes out that she's alive, this is gonna fucking kick it up a notch.
Yeah, but it's been 20 years, man. Like, that's 20 years of love with the wife, and then he probably knew this other girl for like 2 years. Come on.
I know, but his wife was saying, no, I know, I get it. That's the big twist at the moment. That's like, got me like, oh God, I can't wait till Owen finds out that she's alive, because I can't wait to see what this shit is going to cause.
Dude, it's the Mary Jane Gwen Stacy dilemma.
That's not a dilemma. It's Mary Jane every time. But, what are you talking about?
The book, like, the artwork is just, honestly, the artwork is really good. Like, if you love your kung fu and all that, like, the artwork in this book, I love it, man. Like, the detail in it, the action scenes in it is amazing. And I can't talk this book up any more than I can. Like, it's probably behind Radiant Black as my second probably favorite book at the moment. But yeah, man, seriously, I've been telling you guys to get on it, but I've spoiled it for you anyway. But
that's cool.
But there's always going to be more twists and turns. This is 100%. I can guarantee you, maybe an animation. I don't know about a live action, but I really think this is because he always Amazon Prime. He must be sponsored by Amazon Prime or some shit. I don't know, because everything he plugs is Amazon Prime.
Nuno. You was like pitching the whole script to us. The way you was doing the review, it's like a whole little pitching. Like, I'm sitting here like, hey, give this man some money. Hey, man, write him a check.
Look into these predictable lies. This will be on Amazon Prime. Okay, so get your issue 1, because once it gets onto Amazon Prime, I can tell you now issue 1's going to go boop, skyrocket. Did I get the variant cover too? I can't remember. But anyway, it's definitely going to be an animation, 100%, I reckon, and it's going to be a kick-ass animation. Everyone's going to then jump on it, just like I'll admit I haven't read Invincibles, but clearly Carlo down here has watched the show and now has decided to read the comics, so he want to be a bandwagoner. Carlo, you're going to be doing the same with this, mate. You're going to watch the animation and be like, oh, I'm going to get the book, got to get the book. I mean, hey, sorry, man. I have to make about 3 months of giving you shit because you've been gone for like 3 months, so I need to make up for you.
I mean, hey, it's Robert Kirkman, man. So I'm sure that
honestly, I can't talk it up enough. Like it.
Hold on.
I know we all love Radiant Black.
I'm a little confused. I know because I know Zoom. You can change around the view and stuff. Like on my view and what everybody else is looking at right now, below you is Carlos, not Carlo.
I got Carlo here and I got Carlos here.
Yeah, no, it's the other way around. So you just pointed out at Carlos saying that he's a bandwagoner for Invincible, and now everyone believes that. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep. This one here, this Carlos. So,
no.
Because Carlos, me, has been talking about Invincible for a while.
So who am I pointing at? Is this Carlo?
Right now, that's Carlos.
Carlos, yeah, I was pointing here. Carlo, that's where I was pointing.
You're still pointing. I mean, technically, you're still pointing at Carlos.
Well, they're both at the bottom of my screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, get the book, read it. You won't be disappointed. You'll jump on it. Just Manny's the worst. He was knocking Nocatera like 2 weeks ago. Now I've seen on his Instagram saying how
I never said no bad things about Noctera ever.
That was me.
Last conversation video, you were talking shit about it. Carlo was talking about it, and Carlos was talking about it, and you started talking shit about it.
Yeah, in Manny's defense, it was just Carlo that was talking shit on it. Manny has been on it since day one. I will say that.
A couple of weeks later, said, "Oh, I don't think this is going anywhere. The story's gonna be plain."
I've never said that. I've never said that.
I do. I remember everything, Manny.
Show me the receipts. Show me the receipts.
The only reason why I'm saying that, again, I could be wrong. We could go back to the video, but it's because me and Manny have been talking about how awesome Noctera is
since day one.
Right?
Don't try me. I wrote the book, all right? I love this. No, I really don't know what you're talking about.
I'd rather eat a donut than listen to you, Manny.
If I said that, it was in a joking manner. If I said that, show me the receipts, because I did not say that.
But what is love and pop, man? Show me the receipts.
But what Matt mentioned though about it being adapted, if it does, it being Robert Kirkman, I mean, the dude doesn't miss. I mean, for years, the first issue of Walking Dead was fucking unattainable. You could not buy that issue without dropping some serious cash. Recently, for some of the viewers, just so you guys know, Invincible issue number 1, graded at a 9.8, has been selling in upwards of $8,000.
Oh, damn!
Yeah. You could buy that book.
That makes no sense, bro. The Walking
That's
Dead.
why I'm saying,
dude,
you could stop your comic speculators over there. This is the Aussie boy right here. Get on it. Because I can tell. Hey,
look at the Aussie boy eating on top of that comic book. It's gonna be $10,000 in 5 years. Come on.
This is the volume. This isn't issue 1. This is the volume. Mark my words. This is gonna happen. This is gonna come out. This is gonna be a successful hit on Amazon Prime. Kirkman done Invincibles too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right? Then Firepower is going to join the Invincible fucking universe as well.
Yeah.
You know what? They're going to start their own little MCU of animations on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I promise that I'm going to jump on it. I'm reading so much stuff, but just because of your passion behind it, I promise you that
That's because I love my kung fu though, so don't get me wrong. However, my mate, I've got to say though, there is a bit of suspicion going on about this. I don't know the name. I'm not going to mention my mate's name, but he showed me a book that he wrote, and he was actually working with some American artists on this book, and he showed me it, and I was reading it, and I was like, this is fucking heaps good. Like, he was telling me the concept, and he was working on it, and then he just, wasn't ready, so he pulled the plug. And this book, even the guy that I showed you with the J's and all that, him, mate, the way he was, everything was is exactly like what my mate wrote. And I wouldn't be surprised if the American that he worked with, not sorry, I shouldn't say American, the person that he worked with from America went to Kirkman and said, "Hey, I've got a good story." I don't know his name, I should find out. And say, "Hey, I've got a good story for you, Kirkman." Right? Because this guy did tell my mate that he has worked with big time artists, and I reckon they've stolen his story. Because I'm telling you, you listen to his stuff and this, and he's got documentation.
You lying. You heard it here first. Robert Kirkman.
I'm not going to drop names because I don't do that, but it's very. And I don't know. I think my mate, if he's watching now, he's probably going to text me any second saying, "What are you doing, bloke? Shut up."
Hey, this fella from Essex is spilling all the tea. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Robert Kirkman, man, copyright. We need royalties. Let's go.
I think he might have pictures on his Instagram. But anyway, someone go next, and I'll go on his Instagram and see if he's got photos of his concept that he had many years ago. But anyway, who was next, mate? Who was next?
Nuno was about to do a glowing review.
Yeah, I was.
Unless you got any more questions about the second greatest comic book behind Radiant Black going on at the moment? No?
Hey, how do you support it though? If it was a copy of your boy's stuff, like you're not like a good friend, bro.
You know how bad I feel when I write on Instagram. You know how.
Bro, I would shit on that book, bro. I'd be like, bro, get this shit out of my face.
And it puts me in as a professional reviewer. It puts me in a very hard position because every time I talk good about this book, I feel so guilty. And
you think
so
about your
bad.
boy. You think about your boy.
I think about my boy every time, and I really want to. Hey, guys? If people are watching this, and Tom Taylor, if you're watching this, Tom Taylor was such an asshole to me. He gave me no time of day when he signed my books a Supernova. Now, the next day, I could have wrote really shit things about Nightwing because I was really pissed off. And True Batman, True Detective, I was really pissed off, but I didn't. I stayed professional, and I gave him a good review. And I gave him a positive review. But as a person,
you just threw Robert Kirkman under the bus, though. You just said Walking Dead, Invincible.
I said that it's just they're very similar.
You should continue that professionalism, and anytime that you buy a Firepower issue, you float $5 to your boy. Just just say,
hey, yo, that's like, bruh. That's the mob shit right there, bro. Your shit got copied, but we still gonna take care of you, the family. Hey, come here. I love you like a son.
Nuno, what are you gonna talk about?
Not much. I just been. I finished all of Jupiter Legacy just to find out that it was canceled by Netflix.
Oh no, it's actually really. I've got like one episode to go. It's actually a freaking good show. How can they cancel it?
It's a better comic.
We're dropping like another show that's in the same universe
about the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, with Jupiter's Legacy, the show is okay. Like I'm saying, like 6 out of 10. The comic is way better, but after seeing that first season, I don't want to see anymore. I'm not surprised, honestly.
Yeah. So they said they're gonna touch base on that again, maybe in the future. But I was like, oh, big bummer. I just finished your entire like little legacy, and yeah, you guys are not gonna do any of it. I read issue 1 of Made in Korea. That's Image Comics. And
how is it, dude?
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Was it Made in Korea?
It's basically like synthetic kids. So that's all I'm gonna say. Synthetic kids. And like it's kind of like a weird like you guys said, man. Image and these indies are throwing money at all kinds of stories. So it's only 6 issues long. It's short. It's nothing long. Even the pages aren't long. It felt like maybe 20 pages, and it's decent. I don't want to spoil it. Check it out. If you maybe a digital one, so you're not buying it. And like I said, I was doing the Jupiter Legacy, and then I also did I did Batman. Oh, Wonder Girl. I did Wonder Girl 1. I love that Wonder.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah, right. I forgot totally. I'm looking at my list of comics that I did. Yeah, I like it, man. And I think that it went well with Future State, like her comic in Future State. I didn't mind learning about her like that, and now reading this.
Yo, Nuno, the art is fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it by Jones?
It's like some realistic
Jones
pop art.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm always impressed, not just by her, but I'm always impressed when someone is both the writer and artist,
Hmm.
and when they can do both. And she's doing both on Wonder Girl.
Like some of it like looks like pop art.
Uh, can't really see because of the reflection,
Yeah.
but I got the issue right here, just real quick.
Yeah, look, pull it up. Literally, it's like pop art. It's kind of like realistic pop art. It's pretty cool.
What is pop art?
You know those like when you take those paintings and they make you like a comic book and stuff,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
like that filter. It's kind of like it feels like that.
Oh, okay.
You'll
I'm
see
I'm
it.
not gonna lie. I don't really like her art. I like her writing, and for some things I do like her art, but as a majority, uh, I don't feel it.
Nah, I got you.
But I haven't seen this Wonder Girl one, so it might be better.
I mean, I'm personally a big fan of Joel Jones' art, and one of my favorite Black Widow covers ever is done by her. Um, I don't normally use my variant to show and open up books, but I will in this case because I got two of them. But anyways, I fucking love this cover.
Yo, look at that.
This is not Joel Jones. This Raphael Grandpa, but I fucking love this cover, and I got two of them, so I don't mind opening one up.
The budding, there's like
What are you showing us, Matt?
similarities.
Robert Kirkman. That's what Robert Kirkman copied. Robert Kirkman, everyone.
All right, and then
Continue.
See, look, it's not bad, Manny.
That does look good. I will say that. Like, I think it's like when it's like a bunch of scenery and stuff like that. I feel like it gets a little sloppy.
This spread though is my favorite.
The one when she's covering up the kid's eyes and stuff is dope
That's
too.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that one's sick. That one's sick. Oh,
This is like my favorite spread.
Decent.
What's going on in like the rest of the world?
it's decent, man. It's decent.
Hey, dude, even your cat's like, hey man, like it's
Stop.
like a good issue.
Cat's like, stop talking shit about Jones.
And Manny, you don't really care about spoilers, right, on this because you're probably not gonna read it.
No, I'm not.
Maybe you'll read it, maybe. But Joel Jones, though, for art, check this out, man. The last page. Look at this beautiful page.
Yeah, look at that,
What
dude.
is that? What's going on there? What spirit is that?
Some
nice.
guys-
That's me
That is
about
nice.
to give it to Wonder Girl hard. PG, baby. Please, PG. Keep it PG. I'm keeping it PG.
Respect Yara, man. She's not there just to be to be objectified.
Exactly.
Nah. That's why I don't understand why people don't like her. The stories are good. She looks good. Like, damn. Like, wait, I know some people like don't like it at all. Oh, dude, you're tripping, bro. Look at that.
Shit.
Yo, that looks like a cutout. Yo.
Yo, all right. I mean,
hey,
all right.
Yo.
Yeah, you should give your friend $5.
Yeah, dude, $5.
Actually,
Straight up, bro.
50. Now you're at issue 10.
You spent all this money on comics, but you don't want to support.
so mate, you read the book, and then when you read the book, and I'll start showing his characters.
Hold on. Yo, that is actually fucking dope, man.
Listen, mate.
Is he the artist? Your friend?
He's an artist. I don't know. I think he joined with this guy from Africa for this one.
Okay.
I think he drew it, and then the guy from Africa colored it. Maybe.
That's dope, man.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
he's really art by Jay-Z on Instagram. Go look, look him up. But I'm telling you, very similarities.
Damn.
Nuno, what else you got? Yeah.
Hey, Jupiter's Legacy. How many is it still going, or
No,
is it?
it's easy, bro. You can run through it. Look,
Mhm.
Jupiter's Legacy, 4 issues. Jupiter's Circle, 4 issues, and then there's another like Jupiter something, 2 issues, and it's quick. Boom, 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 boom.
Get the trades, man. They're like $15.
I was asking about the
American.
comic, Nuno, not your sex life, buddy.
You knock them out quickly. Those are rookie numbers, Matt. You need to up those numbers, man. At least like 5-6 times. Let's go.
No.
And I did the Batman Detective. Man,
Shit, yeah.
With Tom Taylor?
that's Matt's
No,
favorite.
no.
That's Matt's BFF.
I like the artwork in it though. The story, not so much, but the artwork was nice.
I read Nightwing 80 because everybody kept posting about it,
Yeah.
and not
Hang
bad.
on, when did 80 come out? I haven't read 80 yet.
You have it?
It came out last 2 weeks.
I read online. That's why.
I feel like you should
Okay,
have
I've
it.
only read 79.
I feel like you should have
Okay,
80.
so I don't think it's decent because Manny, I think, and Carlos last time were talking about it, and I just ended up reading like 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Then I read, you know what, 70 through 80, and like I just read 10 issues. It's not bad. I'm not mad about it. And besides that, that's it. I did want to find Curse of the Man thing, but it doesn't come out until next month. That's really what I'm looking for. And check out Made in Korea. You guys are definitely gonna like it. It looks like it's gonna be something weird. You know what I mean?
I know you had something else to say though.
Oh no, yeah, I was talking about we were talking about Spawn, and what did he do? Todd McFarlane decides dropping off-scale toys and overcharging his followers and
Mate, question about the toys. Is it just mine, or do the fucking black little round things, the pegs, the stands, just do not fucking work? Man,
No,
every morning I wake up to my toys falling.
Bro,
That'd be
there's no
mad.
love. Where's the love, man? But either way, the toy rant is one thing. But then I saw, I'm going through the pages, and this is this guy. Like, I mean, when you're watching a Todd thing, let me just hold on. He's like, let me just look. I gotta turn off my screen for this one. Hold on. Let me see if I can choose virtual background.
This is gonna be the clip that I play back for people. Anyways.
Literally, it's gonna be like, boom, perfect. Oh, come on, man. Come on, give me 1 second, guys. We try to take this off. Because I be watching his stream sometimes. All right. So this is a Todd stream. He got the toys here. He got the ring on. He looked like somebody's uncle, And he's like, let me show you guys what I'm sketching real quick. Here, he like turns his screen, He's on his pad sketching. He's like the Spider-Man, from the 90s. And he got this big ring, And he's and then every time somebody asks him something, he blocks them, if you guys noticed that. But anyways, I just think he's a big fraud.
I think he blocked you.
He blocks. He blocks
he
people.
blocked me. Big fraud.
So I just take my
It all comes out the
I don't look
truth.
so bad now about giving it to Kirkman. Thanks for
I'm coming after everybody, man. Listen, I'm gonna get.
By the way, hold on, real quick. Just so we're clear, I, at least myself, no way represent the ideas, statements, or opinions of Talking Pop Culture or I Talk Comics.
Ditto.
So
Ditto.
I want to throw that out there. But anyways, continue.
Wait, hold on. Before you continue though, what question did you get blocked from? Like, what did you ask him that he blocked
Are
you?
you one of the people that asked the question and got blocked? That's why you're like,
You know what's crazy?
Nah.
Hey, listen, you know what's crazy? Because I have respect. I don't go on the business page. I go on the reposting pages. So, like, a toy page is like, hey, what do you think about this new Todd McFarlane toy? And I'm just like, trash, bro. Like, so I don't go on his page and tell him it's trash. So it's funny that I was blocked. That means he was going through the comments on the toy pages and he saw someone said trash, block. You know what I mean? So I never comment on anyone's page like Mattel or something, like, oh, I hate your stuff. Like, like when those toy pages, they repost like, oh, new toy dropping. What is it, hot or not? And that's where I put my comment. And usually people are like, LOL, they're like laughing. So I think that's why I got blocked. But it doesn't matter because his King Spawn or King of Black, whatever, I don't know, I'm confused. Is he throwing Spider-Man in his head? Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just wanted to rant a little bit about him because I feel like, and when you watch his stream, man, listen, the comment section is like, bro, learn how to scale figures right. Well, how are you scaling? And he's just like, you see him looking and he's just like, well, check this guy out. Like, I'm telling you, he don't listen to nobody. So that's my own issue with Todd.
Bro, it's because he was saying, it's because he's the Todd father, man.
I was about to say he's at the top of the game. He's at the top of the chain. You don't have to listen to people.
And he says, McFarlane designed Batman. Bro, that thing looked trash, bro. Like,
for as many haters, he has more lovers, bro. That's the thing. You know what I'm
But
saying?
who loves a 7-inch scale toy when the universe? It's like European scale, like they do it one scale, Americans do another scale. Like toys just got one scale, 112, 1/6, 1/18. Like it's like paper. My man went like in between like that. You know what I mean? Like he made his own scale. It makes no.
Bro,
So
Nuno,
hey,
Nuno,
listen.
Nuno
So
said
if
it's like
you're
paper.
cold enough,
It's like paper. Paper's old as time. It's like
Legal or
paper.
better.
listen, we're just gonna do this Old Testament style. Listen, all right, listen, bro, listen. He ain't listening at all, okay? And we're buying all this toys, and he ain't listening at all. I'm just trying to say, scale them right, listen to the people, and I don't know who in this chat, the Zoom call that we're doing. I'm not gonna put them out because they're probably a Todd McFarlane fan. They said he just needs to end the whole Spawn line already, man.
That's me.
Spawn Universe.
That was
Be
me.
careful, Carlos. You might want to, be careful. Don't
Yeah.
take credit.
Hold on. That
He
was
might
me.
watch this stream. He might be listening to this stream.
The reason why I said that though is because I feel like the amount of Spawn characters that he's throwing out there at this point, I don't know if there's more Spidey characters than there are Spawn characters. But the thing is that I feel, and look, in all fairness, I haven't been collecting the Spawn comic book in years, um, and he's trying to launch his own. Well, he's launching a new like Spawn universe where there's going to be for the first time, I think ever, right? There's going to be a additional um, Spawn titles. It's not just going to be Spawn. There's going to be multiple titles, right?
Let me guess. Power of Spawn, House of Spawn, like
King Spawn.
Walking Spawn, Invincible Spawn, like
King Spawn is one of them. My thing is though is that I feel like this resurgence in Spawn has been driven primarily by speculators and people trying to capitalize on sales of covers and not the actual storyline itself. I mean, dude, the majority of people that are like selling the Spawn books, or maybe not the majority, that's just how it seems to me. The majority of people that are selling books or that are posting about Spawn, they're posting about like how many covers they found and that you can check out their IG page, or that they're gonna have a claim sale on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and they're posting up all of the Spawn books that they have. I can't remember the last time that I genuinely saw like numerous amount of people posting about the latest Spawn issue, talking about it, truly reviewing it, or displaying their love for the character. The majority of the Spawn stuff that I see, especially with like the when Spawn hit 300 and during Comic Con, dude, it's about sales and it's about making money and flipping those books. That's why I just feel like, dude, just fucking end it, man. Like if there's gonna be like some real quality in the Spawn storylines that you're putting out, I haven't been collecting it, but I have been reading it here and there. I don't know, man. It's
what really got me with him, to be honest, like all discretions, like all like total honesty. What really got me with him, real quick 2 minute story is when he was pushing his Spawn toys. It was like a Kickstarter. It was 3 Spawn toys, and they come signed. You get all these extra things, and I'm being honest. I think my boy raised like 7-8 million dollars, which is an insane amount of money to raise to make what, like 1,000, 2,000 toys. Like I know toy makers that like make toys, and they're not their Kickstarters are like at 200-300 grand, and they're pumping out a bunch of toys. So he's not gonna tell me that his little Spawn is at $8 million. That's beyond crazy. Like he got hand over fist by money. So that's one thing. Then the Spawn is delayed by like months, to the point where they're like now making videos. If you check on YouTube, like where's my Spawn, blah blah blah. The Kickstarter already passed. It's been like a year now, so no one's received their stuff. So finally, the Todd father gets on like his little live, leaning back, and basically my man says, to avoid like any kind of like delays and stuff, he handled all of the Spawn, the Kickstarter, personally. It didn't go through McFarlane Toys. He went through it all himself. He invested his money. He didn't use the toy company's money or the actual toy company route, the factory of the toy company. It was all him. Like he didn't use the brand McFarlane, right? And that's the reason it's delayed so far. And there's videos on this. You can check his page. He's like giving you Kickstarter updates. They're called Kickstarter updates. So yeah, I thought it was pretty bold to say like, hey, I'm not even using my own company. I'm doing this myself. Like, who cares about the investors, right? Anyways,
What?
long story short is
That
these
makes no
toys come
sense.
in, and guess who distributed and manufactured them? McFarlane Toys. So come on, bro. Like,
Damn.
Look, I don't know the real. I don't know any of the backstory on this, so I'm really just going off on what you say. But that sounds like a bunch of fuckery, dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm not using the McFarlane. I'm not using my
and
company.
the reason was that because they were delayed, COVID, and it was such a big delay,
Sure.
people getting frustrated and canceling their Kickstarter because you can cancel a Kickstarter, I guess, I don't know.
You can.
The video that was followed up is like, give me some time because it's me doing it. I'm not using McFarlane Toys Factory. I'm using like, I'm paying for a personal, you know what I mean? But when the toys came in, first he signed like a little piece of like plastic. The box is not even signed because he knows a signed box equals money. But bro, if we're supporting your Kickstarter, the least you can do is give me a little resale value. And to make things worse, when the box came in, literally manufactured and distributed by McFarlane Toys.
That
Like,
makes
come on,
no
bro.
sense, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, he'd leave a bad taste in my mouth, man. He too old. He need to get out the game. Man, he too old.
That's
His
tough,
stuff is
father.
out of date. His figures barely move. You heard it
I
here
talk
first.
comics, everybody. I
Hey,
talk
if,
comics,
if you
everybody.
if you work for Todd Father, tell him to come and see the Big Father.
I talk comics, everybody.
Come talk to Nuno
I
Hustle.
talk comics. Come and see me, baby. Hey, but that's about it. That's the rant I have for today.
That was a good
Yeah.
rant.
That's what
crazy,
really grinds
though.
my gears.
It does. I don't even care about toys or anything like that, but that just listening to that, just like what? That makes zero sense.
Manny Father, what you got?
I ain't got nothing. After that, I'm
No.
done. No, I'm just kidding.
Not
You're
bullshit.
drained. You're drained. You're like,
No.
ah, shit.
The Todd father took everything out of me, man. Like I don't even want to talk anymore. No,
Hey, he's a cocky son of a gun. I'll tell you that, boy.
No.
I'll tell you that.
I don't really have anything like that's pretty huge or anything. It's the new series Robin. Um, that's all I really want to talk. It only has 2 issues out right now, and it deals with him leaving the. First of all, when he left the Teen Titans, he said, "I'm done being Robin." He ripped off the R and he threw it at Batman. And he said, "I'm not Robin anymore." And now, when it comes to this, basically he's been fighting in underground fights and everything, and we see that he's doing this so he can get inside of this tournament called the Lazarus Tournament, which is on an island, and you have to be invited to go. And so
Lazarus.
that's exactly how it feels, honestly. Like once you got to issue number
his
2 is like
dialogue's
Mortal
fire.
Kombat. What's that?
His dialogue is fire. Like, that's my favorite. You told me to read it, Manny. Robin's dialogue is killer.
Exactly.
Everything he says is fire.
As soon as he gets to the island, he just shuts everybody up. He makes it about himself, and he's just like, "My name is Robin. I am the son of Batman. I am here.
Grandpa.
You guys are all you've lost. I'm here.
That's right.
You're done."
Absolutely.
And immediately,
My grandpa is the guy who goes in the Lazarus pit and comes out more crazy. Like, what? Like,
yeah, he's cocky. He's cocky. But that's what pissed me off though, is that he said, "I am the son of Batman" and everything. I was like, I thought you just renounced that name. You don't want to be known as Batman's son. You don't want to be known as Robin. But here you are. That's how you introduce yourself. Immediately gets put in his place, and he wakes up. He says he meets up with Ravager, the Deathstroke's daughter, and she kind of just explains everything to him. And this is where it feels like Mortal Kombat, like you were saying, Matt. She was like, "This is a tournament. No one can die here." And let me just go on a little tangent. As soon as she said no one can die, he was like, "Oh, for real?" and immediately killed like 9 people. Like, he just immediately was like, I just need to let people know that I'm not a bitch just because I lost the last fight that I was with. Like, I'm not a bitch. All right.
Here's the
So
rules.
so yeah,
Here's the rules.
so he went and killed like 9 people immediately, and it was funny. It was great. But then she comes back. She's like, "Let me finish my story. Let me let me finish the rules." And she just tells him like, "You're not allowed to fight at night. You can only fight during the day. Um, you only have 3 deaths. So if you die one time, no big deal. You die a second time, you can decide: do you want to stay on the island or do you want to leave? If you want to leave, God, fine, go. No big deal. No one's gonna stop you. There's no repercussions. And then if you die a third time, your soul stays on the island. So it's not very clear if it's like your soul stays on the island and you're dead, or it's like your soul stays on the island and you can leave, but you're gonna leave without a soul. I'm not sure what it is, but Ravager's there for a reason. She said, I don't really care about the tournament, but I'm here for something. But she doesn't say what. Robin's there to uncover some mystery that I don't know what it is about. He is still like in his head. He's still talking to Alfred. What's that?
Theory.
You have a theory? Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
So I think that the whole reason why he's there, especially with Alfred, being in his thoughts and how that impacted him, is that he's there to win the tournament to somehow be able to bring Alfred back to life.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
like that's really what I think is gonna happen because
Just leave him dead. I hate if they do that. I hate when they kill characters and bring them back to life. I hate it. Just kill him. That's it. Dead forever. Boom.
sure, yeah, but I
Bring
mean,
Alfred back in his Batman '89 comic that you've got. That's it. He's not dead yet. Just leave him there. Like, fuck. Leave characters dead, man.
this is comics. I mean, I don't know,
I feel like eventually Alfred is gonna come back,
but-
but
but um, because well, Manny, correct me if I'm wrong, but the winner of the tournament gains immortality, correct?
yes, yeah, that was the last rule. Yeah,
The last thing, right? I feel like he wants to win the tournament, and instead of being granted immortality, I feel like he's gonna renounce that in order to bring Alfred back. Um,
Yeah,
I
because
mean-
Alfred, everyone that comes back from the Lazarus pit comes back bad.
but
no,
this
no,
is like in
this
Lazarus
is-
Island, and it's like
Yeah.
being granted.
This is different, right?
This is the Lost Island. You know Lost? J.J. Abrams?
Yeah,
This is DC just fucking throwing everything they can.
But I will say this though: if let's say the story does pan out to be that, I feel like it'd be really cool for Alfred to come back to life in a non-Batman like book. If he were to come back to like in
Alfred,
Robin
the
book,
assassin.
and that Robin would be the one responsible, to bring back Alfred. I don't know.
I mean that it
Alfred,
would be a full
008.
circle. It would be full
Huh?
circle because like Robin is the reason Alfred died, and if he's the reason that he comes
Exactly.
back, that would make sense.
Or DC can grow a set of these down here, right? And instead of him getting immortality, he gives up his life. Alfred come back to life.
Damien's not
Boom.
dying. Damien's not dying.
Grow a set. Do that. You fucking made 4 Robins. I'm sure we can have a 5th or 6th, whatever we're up to. Grow a
What's
set. There.
15 more years? My man
Tell me. Like
What's
honestly,
15 more years? Think,
put it on
Mark.
the side.
Think, Warner
No.
Bros.
Think about it. Like, wouldn't that be a fucking awesome ending? He
I don't
gives up
want-
his life. So
I wouldn't
Alfred
want
comes back
Damien to
life.
die. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but I don't want Damien to die.
Yeah, but if he did, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hit you here. You're gonna cry. when you read the book. That's
Alfred
what-
hurt
that's
me.
what
Alfred made me
movies
cry.
And books need to hit you, hurt you.
It
make
already
you know what I
did.
mean?
It already did,
Wow.
Alfred.
What kind of
fuck
books
is
you read, Matt? 50 Shades of Grey, bro? Like, books need to hurt you. Hurt you.
No,
I
so
just think that would be a fucking kick-ass ending.
no, so I agree with Carlos saying that most likely Alfred will return from this story, at least from this first story arc of Robin. But I don't think that's what he's there for, because he said there's a mystery and he's there to solve this mystery, and he doesn't need Father's help, aka Batman. He doesn't need Batman's help to solve this mystery. So I don't think that's what he's talking about. But at the end of issue 2, basically we get the whole, like, if you read anime or anything like that or manga, we get the beach episode, because I think issue 3 is going to be like just him hanging out at the beach with all these other contestants, which just so happen this contest is supposed to be like the top killers, the top of the best of the best assassins, and they're all kids. They're all Damien's age. Like, that makes
Wait,
zero sense.
Deathstroke's not there.
Deathstroke is
That-
not there. Ravager
That's
is.
it. Forget it, mate. If Deathstroke ain't there, he's the number one, mate.
We got.
That's
Go ahead.
Talon's not there because he's off with the Suicide Squad. He's another number one assassin. Come on, mate. DC, knock off.
that's one of so look, initially that was a big, I don't want to say complaint, but more like a, this is kind of weird. When they do mention that, and you're right, we don't see Deathstroke, we don't see, you know, if you want to say Talon, we don't see, I don't know, fucking Black Canary, or we don't see, you know, like
the what's that Russian guy, the one that killed Nightwing, or that one that yeah, KGB. There you go.
KGB.
We don't see him
so
there.
yeah, so we don't see all of these people, and the way that I don't know, I guess rationalize that is was two things. It could be could be that these are the deadliest fighters that decided that, number one, they would take part in this tournament. Number two, that they knew about this tournament, right?
That's true. I guess.
You know, and that's really the way
How'd
that
they get invited to the tournament?
They've been killing, or they've shown that they're willing to kill.
Yeah, but how did the tournament invite them to the island?
They get a mark. They get a mark.
I was going to say, do they get a mark or they get a card? How do they come to the island?
A circle.
Is there a bill? Was he flying through Gotham and saw a billboard saying?
It's
Tournament,
just this one guy showing up, and he's like, "Hey, you've earned your spot. Here's your token. Go on this boat."
Where have I heard that before? That's not. I'm being honest.
I know.
I've watched the movie.
Your firepower book. It's like your
I've watched the
firepower book.
movie where they've given them a card to go. You know, was it Street Fighter? You know, the original Street Fighter, like with Van Damme and that. I think it was that, and they got a
Oh,
token.
it was the fucking Shadow Luke card.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
You all heard it somewhere.
No, and so this story does introduce a new character. Her name, what's her name?
Flatline.
Flatline. There you go. And she's the one that really put Robin in his place when he was like, "Oh, I'm the son of the Batman." One shot. Like, immediately took him out because he didn't know the rules. He wasn't listening. So, but Flatline gets shown. She is known as like so Ravager has like a top 5 list of who are the most dangerous. One guy is just this kid that has like boxing gloves. They look metal. I forgot his name. Actually, I got it right here. Respawn, who looks just like Deathstroke, but it has nothing to do with Deathstroke. But he's got something against Robin.
Wait. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but Rose mentions something about that though. The fact that he looks like Deathstroke.
He's just all she said about him was that he's a Deathstroke wannabe. That he's chaotic.
Did you say he wore red? Who was the boxer guy? He wore red gloves or something.
Yeah, that was XXL.
Is that XXL?
No, no, he's a kid, man. He's a kid. No,
Balrog from Street Fighter. Relax. I'm just saying.
All I remember from Respawn is that she just says like that he has a very chaotic fighting style, but it works for him and he is dangerous.
Okay, I just, for some reason I thought that she mentioned something about that not being a coincidence or something like that. I don't know.
So XXL is number 4 of the most dangerous, and it says he comes with an entourage, and I do have like a little theory where he because he has that entourage that they're always yelling, and she says that they're annoying because they're always hyping him up. I feel like he needs that. If he doesn't have that entourage, he doesn't have that hype, he doesn't have like a power or whatever. That's my theory, that he needs that hype up, or else he's just a regular human. Number 3 is Flatline, who works. I've never heard of this guy. I think it's the stupidest name, but she is the sidekick of Lord Deathman.
He's old, dude. Old Batman character, villain.
Lord Deathman. What the? Come on, man. That just sounds so stupid. Number 2, Black Swan, who Robin already took out once because he caught her by surprise. But Black Swan is just this like ballerina who turned bad, and she is not. I don't like that.
There you go, Manny. There's your Lord Deathman.
Is that really him? I don't know who that is.
That's from Sandman, isn't it?
Lord Deathman.
Really?
Right there he is. Yep, that's him.
That's so stupid. Even this look is stupid. And then the number one biggest threat, and it is they show him take down Raptor. And I don't know if you guys know who Raptor is. He was introduced in
Yeah.
Nightwing. He killed Raptor, took him out, and his name is Hawk. And I don't know anything about him. Carlos.
Connor Hawk.
Hawk as in Hawk as in Hawk.
As in Connor Hawk, the
Oh,
sub.
it's Connor Hawk.
Connor Hawk.
Oh yeah, I remember at the end of Detective Comics say he's back. What is he a bad guy now? Was he?
He's working with the
resurrected
League of
to come back?
Shadows. He's working with the League of Shadows, but he's dressed. He looks like Robin. Am I wrong? Like, doesn't he look like he's got
It used to
the
be
colors?
Hawk's what's his name? Son.
Green
Oh,
Arrow.
the Queens.
Yeah, he's the son of Oliver.
So
But I'm guessing this Hawk isn't.
it is.
It is his son.
Yeah, and
So
he's
all right, so his son gets put in a comic book, but don't worry about Green Arrow. Yeah, okay.
but
Nice.
he's working for the League of Shadows, so maybe they brought him back. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. So
I think in Rebirth he died. I thought he died in Rebirth, Connor Hawk, or something happened in not Rebirth, in New 52. I can't remember. I got it. I know I got it. It's there somewhere.
yeah, I honestly haven't. I mean, like I said, I haven't been reading DC in a long time, and I honestly don't remember what even ended up happening to him.
No, they got rid of him and they brought in Amiko, his half daughter.
Yeah. All I just remember Connor Hawk from fucking Jesus, man, like years ago. Years ago.
Yeah, because I remember he was in it, and then they got rid of him. I can't remember. I don't know if he died. I can't remember what happened to him because then they brought Amiko in it. But you know what? Now he said he's in it, so I like Connor Hawk. I wouldn't mind because he was the Arrow he was Green Arrow in Grant Morrison's JL. Hey.
I have zero clue or interest in him. Honestly, to tell you the truth,
I'm pretty sure he's in this Grant Morrison's Justice League. That's when Cole Rayner is the Green Lantern. Wally West is the Flash.
Oh,
I mean, if he's a Green Arrow, he's useless. I don't care about him.
It was a Green Arrow, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, look at that. I took the first two pages. Didn't even mean that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So his Connor Hawk, his son, was the Green Arrow in Grant Morrison's run, which was
It's coming back. You're right.
And he does look exactly like that with the same color palette. He's got the same green domino mask and everything. Okay, I thought he looked more like Robin, but I guess that's just his
I
look.
think this was like 2002. When was it? 2008. That was the last time we heard from him in this series.
Damn.
Years ago, dude.
Damn.
I've only got the first 2 volumes. There's like fucking 10. But this is actually on that. This is like if you want a Justice League without, you know what I mean, with like Wally West, Cole Rayner, Connor Hawk, like with the different characters, you know what I mean? Like Justice League runs used to the main line, but this one was done really good. I remember picking it up and I was like, oh, this is actually all right. I didn't know how I was gonna go with it.
But yeah, so
that was the last time I heard from him, 2008.
Apparently, Connor is the biggest threat on that island right now. Robin needs to train. Ravager pretty much said, if you are at your top right now, what you've shown us is your best, then you're not good enough to win.
Well, then we should be getting a Connor Hawk series where it's from his last appearance training with the League of Shadows.
Yeah, I don't know. And he didn't want to kill Raptor. He was gonna let him live, but like there were some people there that were like, remember who you serve, and he was
so did he kill? Yeah, Connor Hawk killing him.
He killed Raptor immediately, but you can't die on this island. So that was his first death.
I will say though for Robin, man, I've never and I mean if I have, I just don't remember. But the artist Gleb Melnikov.
Yeah,
right.
He's doing a good job in my opinion.
Dude, I don't think that I've ever seen his art before. And if I did, I just don't remember. But I will say this though, the art's phenomenal.
It's working for this at least. It's kind of like Bacalo with the nonstop Spider-Man. It works for nonstop.
It just fits, man. The action scenes, the way that he depicts Robin, the way he draws Robin's new outfit,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
it's good. I like it.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. That art looks great. Flatline looks awesome. Flatline looks like she acts kind of like another Harley, but not as so extreme. But she is kind of just like joking around all the time. She just wants to have fun. And she was like, "Hey, I already killed you. We already fought to the death. Let's be friends." And he's like, "Get away from me." He's like, "Fuck off." But that's it. That's all Robin is right so far. It's just this island. There's a mystery. It's a Mortal Kombat type tournament, and that's it. So, but not too bad.
Did buy which one was the Ravager cover?
3. That's the one coming
So I
out.
did get 3.
Yeah.
Maybe I should pick up 1 and 2.
Right.
We'll have a look.
You might as well.
We'll see after this month's purchase how much money I've got left.
The Ravager cover is the next cover, right?
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say is like because earlier before we started this stream, we were talking about how like comic books have just been really good lately, like across the board, indies, DC, Marvel, all that.
Nah, I don't think they so.
I-
I'm sorry, I'll disagree with you there.
There's
Hey, I'm a mad hardcore DC fan. Mate, look at all my toys. Trust me, DC. This is probably the worst they've been. Honestly, as a person that's read them, my whole life, this is the worst DC's been.
there's a book that's coming out by Boom Studio that just came out that I want to get, but it's just I'm getting so many other books that it's just I'm not going to. But Basilisk, have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I just seen that when I was flicking through on the list.
Yeah.
Cullen Bunn.
Yeah. It looks good. Like the premise of it, I'm not 100% sure, but like her and like 4 other people have a certain power. Hers is to kill people by the look, and she wanted out. She didn't want to do that anymore. So she's been living life away from them. They found her, they kidnap her, and they bring her back to life. Just when she thinks she's out, they pull her back in. And the art pulls me in, but I don't know. I just said no.
Yeah, they've reprinted issue 1's on a reprint in August. June,
Yeah.
sorry, June will be
June.
issue 1 reprint.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I missed issue number 1. I heard about it. I mean, I was actually talking to you, Manny, about how much of a fan I am of Cullen Bunn.
That's another thing that I was like, oh well, he's writing this, so like I should look at this. But
the thing is, the dude, I don't know if that dude fucking sleeps. I don't know if he's on something. I don't know, but I cannot think of a creator that puts out more books than Bunn does.
Tom Taylor.
Not even close, bro. Nope. Honestly, I can't think of an author that puts out more books than he does. Huh?
No, go.
And Basilisk was on my radar, but with just so much of the shit that I'm collecting, I ended up missing the first fucking issue, and it completely sold out.
I can get you. My local comic store has like a thick amount of Basilisk left, and I still said no. Like,
oh shit, dude! At the shops around here, fucking sold out, dude. Like no more. And when I called my shop, it was too late.
if you want it, let me know. Just saying.
Well, I have the Matt mentioned. I have the second print on order.
Oh, okay.
Coming, so I'm gonna give it a try because I've been hearing nothing but good things. I have so many damn books on my pull list. Before the stream started, I mentioned that I haven't collected this many books or had this many books on my pull list in a very long time.
Yeah, I went for Ordinary Guys and Good Luck that you said today.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, Manny, comics have just been fucking good, man. And I've heard nothing but good things about Basilisk, and it sucks, when you have to spend more money. But hey, man, if
Berserker must have been delayed because going through the list, it's not on there.
Berserker,
yeah.
Wait, Berserker already came out, the first issue?
No, issue 2 and 3. I haven't seen them for like. It came out like a month ago.
Oh, gotcha. You meant that. I thought you meant like issue 1. I'm like, dude, the issue 1's been out.
Hang on, because you mentioned Tom Taylor, can I share this here for a sec? Bang.
Yeah.
Which cover? I don't know which. Would you go? That's cover A.
You always go with cover A, and then you get a
I go with
variant.
cover A.
Like cover B, man. Love that.
cover B's cool, but if I'm gonna have to pick one, I'm gonna go with cover A on this one.
You always buy cover A. You have to get cover A, and then you get whatever variant you want. But you have to get variant A.
No, there's a couple I didn't get. I've got the variant covers.
But
Got
yeah,
the Nightwing one.
sorry, Manny, you were talking about Bastards before I.
That was it. I really had nothing else to say about Basilisk. Just that it was on my radar. I really wanted to buy it, but the reason I didn't is because the Me You Love in the Dark is coming out, and so like that's another one that I'm getting. So I was like, you know what? No, I already told myself no more new comics, no more new titles. I have enough. I have about 40 on my pull list, so like I'm good. I'm fine. I don't need any more.
40. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
You gonna count all the way up to 40?
7, 8, 9.
I hear you though, man. Yeah, it's it does get to the point where hey, like you have to cut it off because if not, then you'll just be reading everything.
Yeah, I'm up to about 40 as well.
So
The only thing is, this month, fucking DC brought out all the bloody annuals, man. The Suicide Squad annual, Batman and Superman annual.
speaking of, Marvel is doing the Infinite Destinies, which is all the like annuals across their titles. So like, I don't know if you guys are gonna read that. I am, so I'll let you know how it goes. But
Yeah.
that's, that's
I don't collect annuals.
Really?
The idea, yeah.
But they always make him like you have to because of the story, man. They always make him relevant.
No, not always. There's so many times where you read it and you're like, this is fun. I mean, like it's cool, but you get charged fucking $5 to $6, and a lot of the times,
It's not
half
worth
of it, if not more of it, it's just like guest stars, with like guest artists, and they tell fun little stories that have literally nothing to do with continuity at all. So I feel like I've been burned by annuals before, so I rarely collect them. Because I have
Fucking then I'm gonna delete my annuals now that you said that.
because I have dude, I have spent like $6 on an annual, $5, and
I love how Carlos says they're these fun, unique little stories, real cool to read. I don't want to fucking waste my money.
no, dude, you know why?
Dude, I thought you was loving them. I thought they was something different. Like,
Bro, because they're
okay, fun, different. And then he's like, I'm not spending my money.
they're fun, but they're not even in continuity. They don't pertain to what's
You're
going on.
strict. You're strict with your
Yeah.
picks. Like, you
Yeah,
want
man.
it a certain way.
When you have so many books on your pull list, I mean, it's gotta get to the point, man, where you do have to start being super strict. When I don't have as many books, like I was mentioning before the stream, I'll throw in more stuff here and there, like an annual or random issue. But when you got like, man, you got $40, you can't just throw shit on it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's an extra like $3, $4, $5, $6, depending if the annual
It's
is
going
big or
up,
small.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
And you do 2, 3 of those annuals, that's already $20 added on 40 books that you're already probably at like $100+ dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So do you guys have anything else you guys want to cover real quick?
No, I want to say it was good seeing Carlo on here, man.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I know he's fucking quiet again, like always.
He's a listener, man.
I like the spirit.
I'm multitasking. I was reading Firepower. I read the prelude, and now I'm on issue number 2.
Oh,
I'm loving
Carlo,
it.
you're moving to Texas, right?
Right.
Right. So if you're near CSBC, because I don't trust Manny, I'm going to send you some comics to drive down there and get them graded and send them back to me.
He's
Huh?
moving
Carlo,
farther
trust
away.
you.
Got you.
I trust you.
He's moving
Carlo,
farther
trust
away.
you.
Take $5, give it to Matt so he can give it to his comic book buddy.
Nuno would be the last person I send my comics to, because I'll fucking see him on his Instagram page the next day up for sale.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad, baby. Don't be mad.
No, okay. So just to bring this
I
to
don't
a
care
wrap.
if you graded, if you work for CGC and you graded them and offered me free, I still wouldn't give them to you.
That's messed up, bro. That's messed up.
Just to wrap this up, then the June giveaway that we were doing, we had 2 winners. First one is and I'll reach out to you guys specifically on a DM or whatever, but First one is Big
If you're not
Jimbo.
watching, you're not the winner. You got to be watching, and your name has to be picked.
All right,
That's how you win this.
you heard it. You heard it here first. You have to reach out to us now.
You should do a live spinning the wheel thing, mate.
So if we had a bigger turnout, then I would have done
Next
that.
one, man. Next one.
I would have done that. We had this going for a whole
And the next
month.
competition will be opened up to Australia because I've got comics.
Yeah,
All right.
dude.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll open it international, man.
We're worldwide here, mate. Worldwide.
But for now,
Mr. 305.
But for now,
Worldwide month
these
figures.
guys did it. These guys jumped on it and everything. So these two guys that did this, I appreciate it. So Big Jimbo 316 and Diablo del Toro. He got another one. So
Hey, why you say that last name with a Spanish accent?
because it's a Spanish word. All right.
That boy said that boy
He's
added
like,
that flavor to it.
In Big Jimbo, and then
You know what I'm saying? He said Big Jimbo 61. And
Big-
after that, blah, blah.
Big
Like,
Big Jimbo, Texas. Big Jimbo 316. Come on, y'all.
Big Jimbo, yo.
Salvadoran Diablo del Toro comes out. I mean, I don't do this because I want to, man. That's just how it is. That's just how it's.
I'll take it.
But-
Good answer.
But I'll reach out. I'm gonna go to Diablo del Toro. Carlos, you have a set. Can you send me what you have, and I'll give Diablo because he won it first. I'll give him the choice between your set and mine, and then the other one we'll go to the Big Jimbo. But yeah. Other than
And then
that,
stay tuned. I'll have some more comics for the next giveaway, so you're gonna want to have that.
Nice.
I'm in on the next giveaway.
all right.
Same here. The next one after.
So to jump in on that, make sure you're following on YouTube because I think
Yeah.
we're gonna
Next
go away
giveaway,
from Twitch.
We'll have Batman Beyond issue 30.
What is that issue? What is that?
31.
It's like a
We'll have
random
some-
issue that he
We'll have
pulled
an
out.
Aussie. We'll have an Aussie comic, Autumn River,
That's his
we'll have
buddy. That's his
Doom
buddy.
Patrol,
Right there.
and some Milk freaking Justice League.
Yeah, Doom Patrol.
We'll have Batman and Robin Internal issue 11.
Where did you pull
Batman and
these?
Internal issue 9. You see, this is before I used to write down what comics I collected. I'd go into the shop, buy them, and be like, I haven't got that one. And then realize I do have that one.
I was about to say, where's he getting
And the
these?
Star Wars Starfighter issue 10.
That's nice. I like that with the shadows.
All right.
They're all double ups that I stupidly enough walked into shops and bought twice without knowing.
So to make sure you can get a chance to win those,
But they're for the Australian winners.
I think
only.
we're gonna go away from Twitch. We're gonna go just to YouTube. So make sure you follow 1 Month Later Club on YouTube, and follow every one of us here. We got Talking Pop Culture, I Talk Comics, Omni City Comics, and Comic Book Biker as well, and Manny Reads Comics. Other than that, appreciate you for listening. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
Peace.
All right, guys.